In order to become a smart and an intelligent investor, it's not only about the knowledge you have, it's not only about the market or even the global markets what you are following. It is always important to avoid emotions from your investments, or even taking action or taking investments just because you like a company may not give you good results. Or even as you have purchased a stock, if you are emotionally attached to it, you cannot exit the position. So for all of you who wanted to have a system in place or to have objectivity, what do you mean by objectivity? Objectivity means there would be an indicator, there would be a system, there would be a process which will guide you to exit out of the system very fast, right? And yes, this system, everyone can have one system, right? It's not that I follow certain things, you should replicate the exact same, right? For a conservative, for a moderate, for an aggressive investor, depending upon your investments pattern, you have to design a system or you have to follow a process which suits you. So what we will do in this discussion, we'll be studying about indicators, how indicators can help you, and what are some of the important indicators which will help you to fast track your learning curve or to have objectivity in place. Now, what are the few indicators and why indicators are used? Technical indicators are nothing but pure mathematics. If someone says these are indicators, just it may work sometime or it may not work sometime. No, it always works if you know how to use them and if you know where to use them. So what are some of the important indicators we as an investor or trader frequently use? Is EMA, exponential moving average, we use more frequently. We use relative strength, RS. So relative strength will give you the strength of the stock which you are analyzing with respect to the index. We also look at RSI, relative strength index. This gives you the internal strength of the stock. Apart from that, we look Donchian channel. Donchian channel is something wherein it will help you to add more positions into a stock, right? So wherever you have taken a position and you want to add more, Donchian channel will help you. Apart from that, we have ADX, average directional index, which shows the strength in the stock. We have parabolic SAR, PSAR, right? Parabolic stop and reset, which will give you entries into a stock and exits into a stock, right? So yes, there are like hundreds of indicators wherein you need not be in all the indicators or you need not be using all the indicators. No, not required. But yes, some indicators, some chosen couple of indicators, if you use it very carefully, it will give you wonderful results. And as I told, indicators are completely mathematics. And yes, they work if you know how to use them and if you know where to use them. So now what we will be doing, let me share my screen and we will be seeing how to apply these indicators and where are all these indicators and what are the use cases of it. Let us observe, right? Let us observe. And yes, as you're able to see my screen, in this platform of TradingView, right? In this platform of TradingView, you have different use cases, you have different tools, right? So this is an option wherein you choose whether you are analyzing for a stock or analyzing for an index. It can be ETF, exchange traded fund. It can be an international stock, international index, right? It can be cryptocurrency, anything. You can keep observing here. You can keep changing it, right? This is where you enter your symbol or the stock or the index where you are analyzing. Apart from that, you have indicators here. This is the zone wherein you apply or you choose your indicator to do it. And yes, on the screen, right? On the screen, as you have your price action here, this is your price action of Nifty. Volume you have here below. All the green lines imply buyers, red line implies sellers. So volume is also something where you load from the indicator segment, right? From the indicator segment. Now what we will do, let us observe these indicators, what we discussed and how to load them, what are the use cases of it, right? What are the use cases of it? So first, Go to your indicators and go to technical segment, right? Go to technical segment. Yeah, on the left hand side, you have your financials, you have your favorites, you have your technicals. So go to technicals and just load EMA, exponential moving average or moving average exponential, right? Select this, which is your first indicator. And yes, if you want certain indicators which should be in your favorite so that you can load it immediately, click on favorite button, right? So as I have selected moving average exponential, it has been on my screen. So all this blue line is the exponential moving average, right? Exponential moving average. And what exactly is exponential moving average? It will be capturing the average price for the last couple of days, and it will be forming a line for it. It will be connecting all the dots. And you can select what are the last couple of days you wanted to choose. For example, in EMA, if you wanted to change the setting, or if you wanted to change the number of days, what do? You just hover around this indicator, go to the settings part, right? You click on your settings part, and here there is something called as length. So you change the length to 200 days, just for example, right? I've changed the length to 200 days. Now what happened? For Nifty 50 index, there has been a blue line which has been drawn taking the average of the last 200 days, right? Last 200 days prices, it just connects all the dots. And yes, whenever an index or whenever a stock is above your EMA 200, means in the last 200 days, it has been little bit better. When the stock or the index, the candles are above this EMA 200, it is a good reflection, right? This EMA 200 is called as the Lakshman Rekha, right? Lakshman Rekha. Let's say, sir, I've been looking at HDFC Bank, right? HDFC Bank Limited. If you see here, yes, it has been below the EMA 200 from 16th August, right? 14th August, and above 7th September, it has been above your EMA 200, which is, yes, has been above the Lakshman Rekha. EMA 200 above Lakshman Rekha, right? So I hope you understood how to load EMA on the charts. Similarly, let us just observe what are all the indicators we have discussed today, right? Indicators we have discussed today. So if I want to load relative strength, I go to indicators, technicals, and I just select relative strength here. So there is already an inbuilt indicator of relative strength by modulus, right? You just select it. Yeah, you just select it and you can favorite it. So this is your relative strength. And yes, whenever you are loading a relative strength, what does relative strength tell you? Relative strength gives the strength of the stock or the index with respect to benchmark. Now, HDFC Bank, how do you analyze whether it is strong or not? You need to have some comparison. You have to have some parameter. You have to have some barometer. So what I will do, this relative strength, I will check with respect to Nifty 50, whether HDFC Bank is stronger or not. So here relative strength I have loaded. I'll go to the settings part, right? I'll go to the settings part, and as you see here, by default, S&P, Standard and Poor will be loaded. So we change it to Nifty 50, which is our benchmark, right? Which is our benchmark. And if you are looking for in a daily time frame, you can change it to 123 days. And yes, as you see it, this dotted line, whatever is there below, is your Nifty 50. If you are unable to see it, what we will do, we'll go to settings again. We can go to style and increase the thickness in level, right? Yeah. So if you look on HDFC Bank, yes, in the last 123 days, HDFC Bank is weaker than Nifty 50, right? Because it is below the Nifty 50, the dotted line. The dotted line reflects Nifty 50. Whereas let me look at ICICI Bank, right? ICICI Bank in the same private sector, some of the topmost private bank, if you are looking at it, yes, ICICI Bank is at par with Nifty. So than HDFC, ICICI is little bit stronger. If you look at any other bank, let's say Punjab National Bank, right? Punjab National Bank. If you see, yes, Punjab National Bank is above Nifty 50, above the benchmark, right? Above the benchmark. So yes, every indicator has its use cases, right? Has its use cases. Now, Donchian channel, right? Donchian channel. If I go to indicators, if I select technicals, and if I choose Donchian channel here, right? If I choose Donchian channel, this indicator is a signal for you to guide you when to add more. Let's assume, sir, I have identified a strong stock. I've taken my first entry. Afterwards, I want to add more, but I want to have a system which will tell me or which will guide me when I can add more. So now this Donchian channel, whenever a new channel is forming, it gives you an indication for you to add more, right? Add more. And as you see here, whenever this channel is increasing, it is a signal for you to add, right? Here we would have added one tranche on 4th September, right? On 11th September, again on 13th September, right? On 15th September. So it gives you where you can add more, right? Where you can add more. If you see like Varun Beverages, right? Varun Beverages Limited. As you see the channel, all these new Donchian channel formation is a addition for you. Here you can add. Here, again you can add here. This is a signal for you to add. Again, now there is no addition for you, right? So every indicator has its use cases. And as I said, we need not follow or we need not observe hundreds of indicators. Couple of indicators you follow, you know how to use it, where to use it. That is more than enough, right? That is more than enough. Next, you have your relative strength index, right? Relative strength index. Let's go back to ICICI Bank, right? ICICI Bank. And here what we will do, we'll go to indicators, technicals, and I'll be loading RSI here, relative strength index. So relative strength index will tell you in the last 14 days, how has been the strength of the stock, right? How has been the strength of the stock, whether is it increasing, decreasing, or is it flat? It will be telling you RSI, right? Apart from RSI, how you have your EMA, you'll go to technicals. You can also choose parabolic SAR, right? Parabolic SAR, which is parabolic stop and reset. These dotted lines, whatever you see, is the parabolic SAR. And sir, I'm not able to see it. I wanted to see it more clearly. You go to the settings part and you go to the style. You just select this and can increase the thickness here, right? And can increase the thickness here. So yes, whenever the stock or the index is above this dotted line, is a signal for you to enter. And whenever the candles or the stock price, right, is below this dotted line, it's a signal for you to exit, right? So parabolic SAR and EMA, like they give you entry and exits for a stock, right? So as I told you, there are some very powerful indicators for someone who are beginners or someone who are starting using the technical indicators. Do not attempt to learn hundreds of indicators. Do not confuse yourself. Focus on few indicators, study in deep, understand how to use, where to use, and how to take maximum benefit out of it. And if anyone tells you technical indicators are something, it works sometime, it does not work sometime, no. Technical indicators are completely mathematics and you should know where to use. And most of these indicators are trending indicators, right? Trend following indicators. So you should either apply in a trending market, either upward trending market or a downward trending market. Normally in a consolidated market, these are something which may not give you very, very effective results. As these are trend following indicators, we apply during the trending markets, either upwards or downward market. Okay, good.